Oh, that's weird.
Tana's ready to come on in.
She is?
Yep.
Awesome.
I see a picture of her. I see her picture. That's her. I'm pretty sure that's her. She's just holding very, very still.
Very still. I don't see even a
She's
picture.
holding very still. So she's connecting to audio right now, and I can't wait till she can actually hear me. That picture is like that's a perfect picture of her. She's that pretty.
Oh, you guys are sweet.
How you doing?
How you doing?
Good.
Good. Tana, what a pleasure.
Oh, well, thank you. The pleasure is mine.
Oh, stop it now.
Look at all the Trump stuff behind you. It's almost like you are a big Trump fan.
Yeah.
Kind of weird, isn't it? All the corporations. Oh, my God. A lot going on.
Oh, that's awesome.
Well, Tana, this is Christian Busaith. He's my podcast partner on this, and Christian is a comedian and actor and writer, and he does a bunch of different stuff, and I've been telling him about you, and all good stuff for the most part.
Oh,
all good stuff.
Yeah.
Well, good. There's very little bad, I think. I mean,
I can't find any bad stuff.
Yeah. He did a bunch of research on you. Yeah.
I did.
Do a little research. The only thing bad you'll find is that I said I was pretty pissed I didn't win The Apprentice until I found out that Donald Trump didn't make the decision. But aside from that, I'm pretty squeaky clean.
That's awesome.
Except for the vulgarity that comes out of my mouth sometimes.
That's real life. That's real life.
Yeah,
we are PG rated, so you know, we have to watch. We're going to have people like Tom Arnold on and stuff, and in fact, he's committed to it, and he's trying to hold him to PG rating. I don't know how many.
Oh my gosh, I know. You know, he follows me, and I found it really interesting that like he watches my stuff, and he's reached out to me like maybe it was in 2018, and somebody on the campaign saw that he was requesting like an interview with me, and I was all for it because I love talking to unique people. I can hold my own.
And you could blow him away.
Yeah, and I was like, I can handle him. Like, I'm not a combative person, but the campaign's like, yeah, we don't recommend that, and don't do the interview. And I'm like, seriously?
Well, you don't want to do. I'll put it to you this way: the person that edits the interview is the person that's going to win the interview.
That's true.
So, you know, you have to, if you agree to it, you have to say, listen, okay, that's fine, but I have final say over the final cut.
Yeah. And the thing is like, I get that he hates Trump. So many people do, and I can handle that. But the reality is if you want to if he wants to do an interview, one Iowan to a next, or him and me, a woman, you know, I can hold my own. I think it'd be great. Like my husband's like, you'd be amazing with Tom. And I still probably do it. So mention me when you talk to him and say, Tana said she'd do it. I mean, Helen.
I think if I remember it, I think I'm the actual one that gave him your contact information because he asked for it.
Maybe.
And I was like, I made him specifically say that he was going to be nice. I was like, Tom, I'll give it to you, but you have to be nice to her.
Oh, thank you, Monty.
All mean and stuff, because he does that sometimes. You know, he can get pretty nasty if he wants to, and you know, that's just Tom.
Here's the deal. I was able to handle Donald Trump's boardroom for 18 weeks. I can probably handle Tom Arnold.
I think you can handle just about anything after that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, Tana, I'm excited. You know, when Monty suggested having you on, he said, and I quote, she is super nice and has bent over backwards to help me in the past. So I have no doubt. I mean, watching some of your stuff, I love your enthusiasm. And I mean, this is what I love. You're a successful, intelligent, strong woman. I think that's amazing. And we need more people like you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I try to, you know, educate young gals, even my daughter who's 22. Like, you can do anything. If you're tough and you have thick skin and you don't get offended easily, you can do anything. And I'm a living proof of that.
Absolutely.
You
I
know,
love it.
Totally living proof of that.
Funny, the first when people know that I'd been on Trump's jet and helicopter and been close to him, you know, I don't know him nearly as well as you do, obviously, but they all ask me, is he really a racist, sexist person like that? I was like, no.
I know.
You can agree or disagree with his policies or whatever, not vote for him, but in the time I was with him, I never saw any of those tendencies.
Yeah, but the media says so. The media says it.
That's the truth. Yeah, fake news. Imagine that. No, I'm happy to help anybody. I mean, I'm always looking to make somebody else look good, be better. So anything I can ever do, you guys know I'm just a phone call away.
I will never forget this, Tana. Dave and I were sitting on a yacht in Florida with an investor.
I remember this.
And you left your anniversary dinner with your husband at the restaurant to go outside and FaceTime with that investor for us.
I did do that for you guys, and I remember that. And the deal was,
I'll never forget it.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that because, and depending on when you guys want to start the show.
It started.
Okay, I was going to say, I like to make sure that people realize that so many people forget who got them where they're at. And I'm not saying I got you where you're at, or I got Dave where he was at, or where he's at. But the reality was I believed in you guys, and you guys had a dream, you had a vision, and you needed some help. You need a little juice behind the engine. You know what I'm saying? And I was happy to do that because you guys gave me little nuggets along the way that helped me. I mean, you know the story. I was a political neophyte. I was the laughing stock of every outlet, really. CNN, MSNBC, Fox News back in the day. They were all making fun of who is this TV star that's running Trump's campaign.
But what got the final laugh? Ha ha ha.
Yeah, but what they were too stupid to realize was what I knew. Well, one, I was an amazing saleswoman, still am. Yep. What they didn't realize is I knew the product and the brand, and I knew how to sell them and market them. And we did do that. So I did do that for you guys because I believed in you, and I thought if I could help, why wouldn't I?
Yeah, and we always tried to show a fair, truly fair and balanced. You know, I know a lot of news outlets spit that out and they try to claim they're fair and balanced, but we really did our best to show a fair and balanced election and a campaign. So
you did, you absolutely did. And the reality is you can't help what's out front waiting for us or what's in line. And yes, you're capturing it. I never took it personal because at the end of the day, I knew we were going to win. Yes, we had some nut jobs out front, or yes, we had some weirdos inside, or yes, that was very colorful. But at the end of the day, I knew when Donald Trump took the stage that he was going to wow that crowd. And I knew when I had the podium, I was going to, blow the place up with excitement and tell everybody why I believed in this man who changed my life for the better. So, it was one of those things that I never worried about the outlets, the media outlets, because I knew that the product was good. And a lot of people get real insecure with, you're making us look bad. It's like, no, in life, we only make ourselves look bad.
That's right. Hey, let's pause for 5 seconds here, just 5 seconds. And I'm going to insert in here. I have a video of you introducing President Trump in Boone, Iowa.
I remember that.
I'm in Boone, Iowa.
I remember that.
I'm just gonna insert that here, and now we can start again and talk about that. I can't play it live because it's all choppy, and you guys won't be able to see or hear it. But it's that's you. That's the real Tana. You were out there selling Mr. Trump at the time, President Trump. You were out there selling him better than those knife guys at the Iowa State Fair. And that's what it reminded me of, because you were pushing, and those guys are pros. They travel the country selling that stuff everywhere, and they've got a perfect pitch. And that's what you had for President Trump at the time, was the perfect pitch.
And I did, because I knew him. This wasn't a job for me. I personally didn't want this job. I had 3 jobs that I loved. I loved being a speaker, a coach, and had my radio show. I didn't want to be in politics with all the swamp creatures, but I knew him. 18 weeks in his boardroom, you get to know his character. I got to know the family. I got to know the father Trump. I got to meet Melania. So I got to see so many aspects of him to realize that this man could and will make history as the 45th president of the United States. And I saw what a great leader he was.
Oh, absolutely. I saw the father or the grandfather part of him in the helicopter clips with Sarah's kids.
Yes. Do you remember how that went down too, Monty?
Oh my goodness, I'm Batman. Well, I was actually supposed to be on the helicopter, and you and Chuck had worked on that to get me on there so I could, and then the national media kind of pushed their way in.
Pushed you out.
I'm glad that I had the Liam. I gave Liam Bowman that GoPro, and he actually filmed the clip of Mr. Trump saying,
Yeah.
I'm Batman, which was
Right.
freaking epic.
It was so epic.
I have to see this. I have to see this.
Well,
Oh,
you
you
know what the
haven't?
backstory on the
No.
helicopter was? This was so cool, Monty. You probably don't know this story, but so Trump had the idea that he wanted to give kids helicopter rides. I mean, of course, who doesn't, right?
Yeah.
Trump helicopter, give kids helicopter rides at the fair. Well, the fair told our state director, no, like, sorry, you can't do that. You can't land at the fair, so no deal. Well, so then they told Trump no, and he's like, wait, what? That's and so I go, whoa, nobody asked me. I'm an apprentice. Like, we don't ever hear the word no. Oh, hell, move over. I got on the horn with my friend who's a helicopter pilot. I'm like getting on the horn with people who own land 1/4 of a mile from the airport.
John McLaughlin, I believe, right?
Right. I called my buddy John. I'm like, we need a helicopter pilot. We need some land. We need this. We need that. And I need it ASAP. Done. Boom.
That's
now, all of a
awesome.
sudden, we're giving rides.
Yeah.
Oh, but the old political neophyte doesn't know anything. Wrong, sucker.
You got that done, and it was epic because I hear from Hillary, people from there was somebody on the stage at the time. I don't remember if it was Hillary or who it was, but somebody on the stage at the fair, and they had to actually stop their speech because they couldn't hear anything.
That was so
Because of the helicopter.
Yeah. And the
That's great.
When you know who you're trying to sell, you know what they love. And what they love is a disruption of the competitor, as I do. Oh, that's no brainer.
Hey, that's funny, Tana. I have so that actually is one of the questions that I had. So as an actor, as a writer, all that, I hear no all of the time. You hear no all the time. What does that do for you? Like what goes through your mind? And yeah, when you hear no.
No is a dare for me, baby. It's like the word game is a dare. Are you serious? Like, game on. Now I just dig in, claws, we go. When I was selling Mary Kay, which is how I got on The Apprentice, being an awesome saleswoman, when I would teach my team, the word no means you're just at the wrong person. So go next. So no means next. Well, that was when it was all nice and rainbows and unicorns and butterflies in my world before politics. Now that the claws are out, like, wait, this woman actually is good at this job, and she has got the ear of the president, and she is a friend of the president. Like, we're not going to mess with Tana. Then I realized claws come out. And so no means like now a dare. So you tell me no, it's going to turn into a yes. And I can guarantee you that, because I'll start at the top and work my way down, and it never gets past the top. So that's how I do. You know, I can see in your industry, I'm not a comedian and I'm not an actress, but if I heard no, then I'd be like, crud, man, am I at the like business owner to say no, I can't come in and do a set? Or am I at the manager that doesn't give a crap about me because they're jealous of me because I'm actually funnier than he is?
Right, yeah.
It's like you go to another channel, and I don't stop until I get a yes. And I've taught children the same way. Like, you've got to be at the wrong person, because if you're good, and I'm sure you are, talent always overrides anything. And that's why a lot of people say no, is they're intimidated by your talent. And a lot of people, you know, weren't very welcoming of me. And that's because they knew my talent was going to overshine theirs. Yeah, but what I always like to say is, we're all good in our own ways.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We all have been gifted with unique gifts. I can't do 1/4 of the things Monty can do, as I'm sure I can't do I can't do half of what you do. You know, we all have been gifted. And so it's like, it's not a competition. Just make room for your brother or sister to succeed.
I love your attitude on no, because that's the attitude I have when it comes to getting into events. When I get denied access to an event, I'm like, really? You aren't going to let me come into this thing? And you saw me the other day, we saw each other in Eldora, and you know that was a VIP event, and a friend of ours who's a very big political figure in Iowa, Richard, I think you'll know who that is. I said, hey, I'm just going to go to the house and walk in and just go. I mean, I'm not going to pay whatever it was per plate or whatever it was.
Right.
And he said, well, you can get away with that. I can't. I was like, you know, that told me something right there in his thinking, that I did get away with it. I walked in there with my wife and
you're persistent.
And they know I'm not going to take no for an answer.
Well, and you're persistent. Like, how many people, when you hear the word no, you're like, oh, okay, and you cower and you go take your ball and go home. Heck no. I mean, I'm just getting started at like 7 no's.
Yeah, just find another door. That's that simple.
Absolutely.
Find door.
Or just have confidence and just do it. I had a friend that snuck into the Academy Awards. He just pretended to have confidence. He walked he freaking, I kid you not, he walked the red carpet. He's like, screw this. He had just got out of church. He had a suit on. He was like, I'm going to go to the Oscars. So he literally walked the red carpet, sat down next to Angelina Jolie.
Are you kidding me?
I kid you not.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, crazy, right? Yeah.
I love it. No, confidence is you're halfway there with confidence.
Well, and I told my wife, I said, act like we own the house. It's that simple. Just act like we own the house.
And as you said, Tana, before, really confident men wear pink. And I mean, you couldn't be more right. I love my pink tie.
That's awesome. No, I love men that are confident. I really do. I mean, I'm married to the man of my dreams. He's a confident man. And I think that confidence is very attractive in a male or a female.
You are married.
Agreed.
Yeah, you're married.
And you're confident.
The top meteorologist is in the state of Iowa, and I would argue probably Midwest.
I am, and I mean, you might be saying that because you see one of his many Emmys sitting over there. No. But yes, I'm kidding. My husband, that is his Emmy. He does have 5 or 6, but who's counting?
He's the guy that we turn on when the weather gets bad. He's the guy that we go to keep us safe. And it's not just me. It's my folks and all my friends and neighbors and everybody.
He's amazing. I'm so blessed. I don't know if you even know that story, Monty, because I don't share it a lot unless I'm speaking to a corporation of like women, and then we can really get down and raw and nitty gritty. But I was married before Curtis, and my marriage wasn't working out, and I had to voluntarily sign up to be a single parent, and I never wanted that and never expected that, and always wanted to share my life with somebody, and I wanted my children to have a father. I wanted that nuclear family, mother and father, and so I felt like when Curtis came into my life, I was really blessed to be able to be married to somebody that loves me unconditionally and lets me be me, and also became the father of my children. And it's been such a wonderful, wonderful story. So I always love to give hope to people that aren't in good marriages or had to become a single parent, that there's always hope if you stay true to who you are and what you believe in.
Oh, absolutely.
That's great. And the thing is, Tana, you can still be married and be independent.
Yeah.
Correct?
Absolutely. You can be married and independent. My husband still has some annual fly fishing trips that he goes on with his best buddies. And he's always like, I'll try to call you, but the cell service is bad. I said, honey, you don't need to call me till you get home. And just to have that confidence that I don't need to worry that he's out getting in trouble, that he's out fooling around with women, like just to lay my head down at night. I thank God that I don't have to worry about those things because he's independent and he trusts me, and I'm independent and I trust him.
Well, you know where Christian lives, right? He lives right on the edge of Yellowstone National Park. So if John's ever looking for a place to go fly fishing.
Absolutely. I go fly fishing. Up in on the Snake River right up there.
Oh my word. No, I didn't know that. You're so lucky.
I know. Well, I live in Utah now, but Monday I move to Montana. So.
Oh my gosh, that's where he wants to eventually retire. Where in Utah?
Pleasant Grove, Utah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I lived in Utah. That's actually where I found Curtis.
I did not know that.
Yes. So Curtis left Iowa. He was like, oh my gosh, am I ever going to find like a woman that is worthy of me? No, I don't know. He left Iowa, went to Utah to be not a chief, but a meteorologist. Okay. And I had left my first husband from California with the clothes on my back, went to live with my mom and dad in Park City.
Oh my gosh,
reinvented myself. And then I was working for my sister, and she had a client that was at the television station, and she's like, oh my gosh, the nicest guy moved in. And you got to meet him. And I'm like, honey, I'm still like going through a divorce. I'm not looking for a man.
Yeah.
And I made him wait like a year. He finally asked me out, but we fell in love in Utah. And then I moved out of my mom and dad's house, settled in Salt Lake with the children. And then Curtis asked me and the kids if we would marry him and move to Iowa. And I was like, Iowa where? I'm writing
about the dreams.
Yeah, I'm writing a new book, and all this is in there. And one of the chapters, Monty, going back to Curtis being such a star, is one of the chapters is I think I married a celebrity, because I had no idea that he was a huge celebrity in Iowa, because we don't have real celebrities here.
Yeah.
Like anybody on TV is a real celebrity.
Nobody that stays here. No,
I didn't know I was going to be a big star when I got off The Apprentice, till I realized, wow, these people really don't have real celebrities.
Between you are kind of like our, I would say, Vanna and Pat.
Pat we're the power couple.
Yeah, you're the power couple of Iowa. I would seriously say.
We're the squeaky clean power couple of Iowa that don't have affairs and don't party, don't do drugs, and we live a clean life, and God is good.
That's awesome.
That's fantastic.
The real way to live.
Yes, exactly.
Clean. Yes. Well, that's great.
Yeah. So wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and now which part of Salt Lake did you live in?
Kind of over near Parley's Way, I guess.
Okay.
Don't know really what part it was, but I loved it. And my sister lives over there as well. So my family, my mom and dad, my sister, my brother still live in Utah.
Oh my gosh.
It was just a little weird to be there and not be Mormon. And
right.
And I used to be Mormon. That's a whole nother chapter.
Yeah.
Well, Christian, you might.
I didn't know that.
Let her know. Let her. You're
well, I am. Yeah, and I actually served my mission in Salt Lake. I thought I had done something wrong in like the pre-existence or something.
To get Salt Lake. Oh.
Yeah, to get sent to Salt Lake. I loved it though. I really enjoyed the people, and it was, you meet some very interesting people. And when there's a huge number of any like-minded people, you're going to find the gamut, right? You're going to find people who have some very interesting ideas. So,
I was married in the LDS temple in Los Angeles temple with my first husband. So I grew up Mormon, got married in the temple, then get the divorce, and I went, I'm going to kind of assess things. And then I went, I'm going to take a different route. But I always attest to growing up, always having a clear head, because I was Mormon. I didn't drink. I didn't smoke. I wasn't promiscuous. So it was an amazing way to be growing up. And my ex-in-laws are still devout Mormons. And I love the lifestyle, and I love everything about it. It's just, it was just, I took a change, and I'm very happy with where I'm at. Well, actually, not really. I'm having a problem with our church doesn't want to be open. But aside from that, God has always been my manager, and I just let him take the lead.
And that's it. God, I mean, at the end of the day, it's about God.
Exactly.
I love that. Well, oh my gosh. I did not know that about you. That's so interesting. That's so cool.
I have so many stories.
I want to hear some. We have to, I mean, we only have you for.
We got 10 more minutes.
Yeah, you keep me straight. I have an event I got to host tonight.
Yeah. Oh man.
And
we definitely
film it. So yeah.
So excited though. We're going to have such a great night. I'm looking forward to the Republican National Convention and our president accepting the nomination. I'm just so excited. He's done.
Like there's any question that he's going to get the nomination, right?
Yeah, there's no.
Wait, he's going to accept?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I'm so excited though. He's done so much,
CNN.
and just the fact that he even wants to sign up for another 4 years is just. It's actually mind-boggling.
I was actually wondering if he would, because it's not like he doesn't need the money. He doesn't need. He's literally doing what he's doing because he believes that he can help the country.
He loves the country.
He loves the country. And I honestly, I don't think you can run for president unless you're a patriot at some level, just because of all the crap you have to go through.
I agree. And the fact is, a lot of people go to DC, to the White House, and they become rich. Like the Obamas did, to be able to afford how many millions, $10 million home in Martha's Vineyard.
Yeah.
Our president went from being a billionaire and running all these successful corporations to actually not taking but $1 for being the president and donating his presidential salary. A lot of people don't know that. So he's not even getting paid to do this.
Right.
And I've seen the pictures and video, and he actually, as far as living quarters, he actually kind of took a step down.
Oh, he did.
In living quarters. So
he most definitely took a step down. I've been in his penthouse. I've seen his bathroom. His bathroom is worth more than his powder room, I should say, that I used. the blue onyx toilet that's worth $30,000. The bathroom, the powder room was more than a lot of people's homes. It was quite something. It was, yeah, he took a step down, and I'm thinking, golly, when are people going to give up and give this man a break? It's
Never.
so sad.
They never will. Some people will never, ever give him a break, no matter what he does, no matter what he says. There will always be people in this world that are against him no matter what. And
I know. And the thing is he's done more in the 3 years than Joe Biden has done in 3 decades. I was just at the White House. I don't know where the list is. It's around here somewhere, but my office is a mess. The stack of the accomplishments, it was like they gave us a folder, and it was about that thick. And that was just what he had done up to date. And it was just page after page, small print. There was no spaces in between of accomplishment after accomplishment after accomplishment. And this is a man that's like not stopping. He wants to go down as the best president that we've ever had. And I thought, golly, he's doing all this without any help from the media. Like the media, when Obama was the president, they were like, oh, isn't that great, pushing out the message.
You know what put tears in my eyes the other night was when he did the naturalization ceremony. I think it was last night or the night before, the naturalization ceremony in the White House. And he actually was, he took the time out of, honestly, the guy gets how many spare minutes of free time a day?
Yes.
Maybe a few?
Yeah, a few.
And he did that ceremony for those people.
I know. That was so beautiful.
Amazing. It really was.
It really was amazing. The things that he's done for so many great Americans, the list goes on and on. But nobody will give him credit. And he's not looking for credit. All he wants to do is just continue to drain the swamp and do good. But I am actually terrified. I know we'll do it again. I'm just praying hard that our cushion is so big that the voter fraud won't be affected in a negative way for us. But I'm terrified for when he gets out, because nobody's going to have the juice or the horsepower to do what he does. And I'm just terrified that, we'll get a Democrat in another 4 years. And then what?
Well, it won't be Joe Biden. I can tell you that.
It won't be Joe Biden.
In 4 years, but
it won't be Joe Biden. But, nobody's got the horsepower. Well, and the stamina, I know that firsthand, because I have high energy and I can barely keep up with the man.
I was gonna say that, just filming him and going from event to event. I was 40 years old and I couldn't hardly keep up with the guy.
No, you know that, Monty, just as well as I do.
I do.
It was he's a machine. He
just goes and goes and goes. He's the Energizer Bunny.
He is.
That runs on gold.
Yeah. Well, and what I fear is having another career politician. I'm tired of of that. That's what I love about Trump is the fact that he's not a career politician. And like you said, Tana, went in there and clearing the swamp there, cleaning it out, and yeah.
He didn't realize how deep the swamp was, nor did I. I thought, give him a year, he'll drain the swamp. My gosh, there's snakes and eels down at the bottom that won't go away.
Imagine. I'm sure.
At the same private event, I had a nice Joni Ernst. I couldn't believe it. She literally gave us 15 minutes of time, just stood there with my wife and I talking about issues.
Oh.
And she's fighting the fight too of draining the
really
swamp.
Is. She really is. She's a wonderful lady. I love her. I love anybody that works hard. Joni works so hard. She's working. She's hitting every county trying to get that Senate seat. And I'm praying to God for her. I turned on the TV today. Every ad is a negative ad about Joni. Yeah. She's trending on Twitter. I'm reading the comments and it's just Joni sold out Iowa. No, she didn't. And it's just her opponents got money behind them, and
I'll tell you what, she helped me personally with the SBA loan because I'm a photographer, videographer. My business shut down with Corona.
Yeah,
and she personally helped me with the Small Business Administration loan.
That doesn't surprise me. That doesn't.
I'm just a one guy company, so it doesn't surprise me. But how many other people would do that?
Not many. What I've learned in this industry is people don't put their neck out for anybody. And that goes back to what you were saying in the beginning. Just, I was willing to put my neck out for you and Dave because I believed in you guys, and I believed in your hearts and your mission. And I still do that for people. I just had somebody on Instagram say, would you do me a favor and make a call? I need business help so bad, or my business is going to shut down. Absolutely. How can you not help other people? I mean, God's watching.
Yeah.
Yes, he
Well,
is.
and that brings me to the next question. I talked to Hogan Gidley a little bit, and I wondered if you couldn't give somebody a nudge, but it would make our podcast if we could get the president on here for a minute or two.
Wouldn't it be
Oh
unreal?
my gosh.
Unreal.
Oh, would it be unreal?
I would do jumping jacks and all kinds of stuff.
I will lose weight for that.
We'll all do it. I mean,
Yes.
I'd love to give that a little push as well. I'm happy to do that. I mean,
That'd be
I
awesome.
can't. I hate to ever
Oh.
promise anything just because, you know, he's the president and things have changed tremendously. But I know he
Yes.
loves to help people out and he loves to help small businesses and
He likes Iowans. I mean,
he loves Iowa.
he comes to Iowa all the time, and yeah, he knows where. I mean, Iowa is going to go one way or another, and honestly, I'm not quite sure where it's going to go yet. I hope it goes towards him, but it might not. And
Well,
I was saying to Christian earlier, you know,
It's going to be exciting.
We don't have a huge megaphone yet, but you know, if we can convince 250 or 1,000 people, that might be just the threshold right there.
That's what we need. Hey, I'm always about, I leave no stone unturned. I know that
Yeah.
President Trump, he doesn't sleep but 3 hours a night. So he's got plenty of time. I mean, he is the leader of the free world.
Yeah.
He doesn't have plenty of free time, but I know that he's, you know, no show's too small or too big for him. And he does realize if you guys can reach, like Monty said, 250 people, that's 250 people that
Sure.
need to hear the message.
Yeah.
That need to understand that with Joe Biden, he wants to redistribute everybody's wealth. He wants to let low-income housing be your next door neighbor. He wants to take away your guns and defund the police. Like,
Not going to happen.
everything depends on this.
Yeah.
He's not
And
taking
Trump
my guns.
realizes that. You're not taking my guns.
Yeah. Neither mine.
Okay, so
Believe it.
Christian, you had some rapid fire questions. Now that I put
Yes.
Tina on the spot for
Okay.
Mr. Trump, now I'll give you your rapid fire questions.
So, Tana, yeah. So here is it. Rapid fire questions. Because as the late James Lipton, who I really enjoyed watching on the Actors Studio, he used to do rapid questions at the very end. So I'm going to do this. There's no little explanation required. Just
No right or wrong.
just no right or wrong. All right, here you go. You ready for this?
Yes.
Ready? All right. I'm ready. All right.
Are we being timed? I feel like this is a couple.
I know, right? No. All right. Favorite color?
Purple.
Oh, favorite car?
I have a lot. Anything a convertible.
Okay. Not an Avalanche.
Nah, I don't like big
Just
cars.
kidding. All right.
Actually, Curtis had an Avalanche, and I did love it, but I would say a convertible.
Okay. Nice. I love it. I love it. Favorite place you've ever visited?
Italy.
Favorite beverage?
Aperol Spritz.
Oh. Favorite actor or actress?
Oh, golly. I'm not into movies.
John Voight.
Boy, I'd have to say don't care.
Okay. Okay.
Do I have to give you an answer? Because
That's great. No.
I can count on one hand how many movies I've seen in my life, and they're all for like Curtis's birthday or Father's Day.
Nice.
So I hate
I love
movies,
it.
so I don't have one.
Correct answer for you. Yeah, that's great. Last song that you listened to?
It was a Lady Gaga song about
Oh.
rain. I love it, and I'm gonna go find it.
Love it. Love Lady Gaga. Favorite podcast called FatHead?
Your podcast.
Oh, thank you. Okay, awesome.
Oh, hey, wow.
And then this is Monty's idea, and then this is a great. I love this. If you have 15 minutes to yourself, would you reach for 1, your phone, 2, a book, or 3, a magazine, and what would you do or read?
Ooh. I would grab a book, and it would always be a self-help book. So I'm working on 15 books right now, and I should be writing mine. But always a self-help book, and I would always grab a book if I had 15 minutes. But I thought you were going to say, if you had 15 minutes, of free time, what would you do? And I would say, soak in a bath. I love a bath. It's the one place that like relaxes me,
Yep,
and I feel like,
yep.
oh, big treat.
Yep.
Some
So
nice Epsom salts.
yes, lavender
Oh,
oil,
love it.
Epsom salts, and a candle.
Yeah.
I feel like we're
Love it.
watching an episode of Frasier now.
Oh, is that it? Or is there more? That
No,
was
that's it.
fun.
Well, that was it. Was that? Did you want more? I can come up
Was
with.
it-
something.
No. That was good.
Is there anything you
Thanks,
want to
Tana.
tell our audience
Yes.
to wrap up? Since I know you have to hit the road to be at
Thank
this
you
event.
for that. I have like 3 things I have to do before I hit
Yep,
the road,
yep.
like make the gift baskets for the people that are decorating the car.
Well, I want to respect your time. I know your time is valuable.
Absolutely.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Gosh, is there anything I'd want to leave your audience with? Yes. this election matters. Your voice matters. And I would beg every single one of you to physically go and vote and drag everybody that you know, fill your car up and get people to turn out and vote for our great president, because I'm terrified of voter fraud. He deserves it, and he will. Like, the best is yet to come. When he says that, literally, he's going to make America even better, stronger, and the best is yet to come.
Excellent. Awesome. Can you imagine if he gets the House, if we win the House of Representatives back at 2?
I just got the goosebumps. Yes, I can imagine.
Tana, you are a gem and a rock star. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank
I can't tell you
so
how
much for having me. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Monty, for the suggestion.
We will see you tonight.
Yes, I hope so. And if you can, bring the drone.
I'm going to try to fly out there because I heard there's good food at these places.
Yes, they're having a hog roast. Come on out, Christian.
I got to come.
We'd love to have you. Anytime you get to Iowa, come see me.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, guys. God bless.
God bless. Thanks, Tana.
Yeah. Take care.
All right. Well, I want to thank Tana for coming on today. What an amazing woman and just an example. Great, awesome lady. And Monty, I thank you so much for getting Tana on here, and Monty, and for your everything that you've said on this.
Yeah, thank you too.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is getting fun, and just think, this is only our second episode,
and we have.
You would not believe who we have.
I was just going to say that. Yes, I don't want to give it away, but we have not just one, not two, not three, but we have a whole myriad of incredible people who are going to come on to FatHead to be interviewed.
I don't understand why.
Me neither.
I'd be like, if I called myself and was like, hey, would you come on the Fat? I'd be like, what? No.
They're like, who are these two schlups?
Yeah, who are these guys? Why would I do
they
that?
Just started. They don't have a following yet.
Yeah, but for some reason, these people are like, oh wow, we'd love to come on and talk to you.
Yeah.
About
what? Here's the thing.
Or that subject. And
I think I don't want to sound, but for you, and for me, we're both nice guys, right? And we get along with so many people, generally speaking.
Yeah.
And we've made a lot of connections over the years.
We're actually blackmailing all these people.
Well, I didn't want to say that, but.
I'm the full Monty. I put it out there like it is.
That's right. Yeah.
We're blackmailing all of them.
I'm the full Christian. Wait, that has a different what?
Not quite the same, but
not quite the same. No,
it actually works.
There you go. Yeah, it totally does. Both of our names. Well, awesome. Well, you guys, and for both Monty and myself, thank you so much for coming in, tuning in, and listening to the FatHead podcast, where anything is a great subject, and we love talking to great people.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, we'll see you next time.
See you guys. Thanks, Monty.
Thanks, Christian.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Bye.